Minasan, okarinasai, we are back for yet another Muse member with a pretty big resume, also a very dangerous lady. Yurika Kubo, born on May 19th in 1989 in the Nara Prefecture. Currently affiliated with Stay Luck Agency while her music is published under Pony Canyon. In 2002, Yurika won the 6th Nikora Model Audition Grand Prix. She signed with the Le Pro Entertainment Company shortly after that and worked as a fashion model. While she was there, she shared a room with fellow model Ami Kikuchi. Years later, in 2008, she moved to the Sparks production company and worked as a grab your model under the name Yurika Narahara. And let me tell you, this woman was not afraid to get lewd and show off the goods. A simple Google search will do you good. Trust me. In August of that year, she was appointed as the PR lady of Hustle Official, taking part in radio programs and public appearances. She could then move to JMO Productions in 2010, and she started voice acting while working as a grab your model for them. Her very first voiceover role would actually be her most iconic one, Hanayo Koizumi in the Love Live franchise, joining the live group Muse and their subunit Printemps. And of course, she would later reprise her role for both seasons of the anime and the movie, starting in 2013. But before that, in 2012, she actually had her anime debut as Mayu Takasaki in The Pet Girl of Sakaroso, also voicing Irina Baranova in Move Loop Total Eclipse. And then she left JMO Agency. 2013, aside from Love Live, she got herself a different lead role, Hiyori Moritani in Kotorura-san, and supporting characters Kaori Akiyoshi in A Lull in the Sea, as well as Stony Cat in The Hentai Prince and The Stony Cat. 2014, she had one new anime role, a lead in a 2-minute episode short-form series called Chikasugi Idol Akae-chan, with her character being, oh boy, Pepperon Popo Poponchu Midorikawa. Yeah, that's a great name, I guess. Moving on to 2015, a big year for her voice acting. First, she started working with a new agency, Claire Voice. Also, Muse won the Music Award at the 9th Seiyu Awards. At the very end of the year, they performed at the 66th NHK Kohaku Utsugasan, which is a big New Year's event. But she also landed herself some notable roles this year as well, those being Loki from Danmachi and Echo Turbine in Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, but also appearing in Milky Homes as Rhythmic, Makagura School Suite as Kumano-san, Monster Musume as Tio Nishia, Gate as Nanami Kuribayashi, and Valkyrie Tribe as Meifon Sakura. Really good year for her. From here on out, actually, she would average 4 to 6 new roles each year. There is one more thing for 2015 though. On Christmas Day, Yurika announced her debut as a solo artist, and her first song, Lovely Lovely Strawberry, would release just a few months later in February. Along with that first single, she also released Summer Chance and Arigato no Jikan, all in 2016. That year, she would also voice in around 10 anime, with the most popular probably being Rin Shiritoko in High School Fleet. That show is pretty big in Japan. Other notable roles are Chie Satonaka in Oya-san wa Shishunki, Shiora Skyheart in Dimension W, and Filthy Eingram in Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Oh, and Hana Makage in the Wecross series. Moving on to 2017, the year of the rooster, she released her first full album titled Meeting With You Creates Myself, and voicing Kikyo Kushida in Classroom of the Elite, as well as Yuri in Girls Last Tour, singing the opening with Inori Minase. She was also Sakurako Izuka in Idol Incidents, Panibal in World End, and being the narrator for episode 1 of Ako no Gundam, an anime based off of her fellow Muse member Sora Tokui's manga. And then at the very end of the year, her contract with Claire Voice ended and she began freelancing. 2018, her fan club Shikako Park stopped taking new members early in the year, and then around May, it completely shut down. This year, she also got another pretty big role, that being the very sweet Kaede Azusagawa in Bunny Girl Senpai, and Himeko in the Yuri anime Citrus. Her only other role was Mio Mizukoshi in The Real's Work Is Never Done. Smaller year for her. I guess she just wanted to chill out for a bit. 2019, though, was another batch of anime, 7 or so. I'll mention Kana in After Lost, Mayumi in Joshikoshi, and Aino in The Island of Giant Insects. But I'd say the big one was Ether Rosensal in A Certain Scientific Accelerator. Then, after 2 years of freelance, in October, it was announced that Yurika would be joining Stay Luck as her new agency, which is still her current agency. She also released a mini-album, Vivid Vivid, as well as her first photo book in a very long time, basically since becoming a seiyuu. This was titled Dear, or Dire, probably Dire. Onto the dreadful year of 2020, she only had 2 new roles in smaller shows, but both of them were leads. Peko in Mukul Dreamy, and Rico in Rail Romanesque. 2021, I'll mention all 4 of her new shows. Platelet in Cells at Work Black, Juserino in Peach Boy Riverside, Toa in Tsukimichi, and Origa in The Fruit of Evolution. And now we're on to 2022, 2 new roles, Lily in My Isekai Life, and Cactus in The Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal. Wow, what an iconic role that will be. Though not having her own calendar book, she was featured in her agency's calendar book. And unfortunately she had to take a brief hiatus in November due to poor health, but she has since recovered. The last thing for 2022 is some cool warrior photoshoot thing featuring Shika and other Love Live seiyuu like Hinata Sato and Anju Anami, called the Joyu Project. I was really expecting something more out of this, like a stage play or something, but it seems it really was just a photo shoot. Anyway, 2023, this lovely year, in just a few days on the 24th, she will have her 4th single, her first new one in like 7 years, titled Kawaii Kuta Ijiwaru Shichao. Great album cover, thank you very much for this. This is the ending theme for The Legendary Hero is Dead, where she voices Marguerite, this also being the only theme song that she has sang solo. A little more on that later. But aside from this, she voices Chelsea in High Card, and the young version of Himuro-kun in The Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. Next month, she will reprise her role in the new Bunny Girl Senpai movie. Over the years, she has had very minor unnamed roles in some pretty big shows like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hunter x Hunter, Anpan Man, Kiniro Mosaic, The Way of the House Husband, and Say I Love You. And earlier I only mentioned her singing the opening of Girls Last Tour with Inarine, but she also sang some endings of that show with her as well. And she's got some other music credits too. Openings of Idol Incidents and Urara Meriocho. There's also endings of Monster Musume and Bunny Girl Senpai. All of these songs in total were sang with other cast members. I've only found 3 foreign dubbing credits for an American movie called Stalker's Prey, but then the other 2 are popular Korean Netflix shows. Those being All of Us Are Dead and Squid Game. The characters in both of these shows are played by the same Korean actress, so I'm assuming Shika will be her Japanese dub voice going forward. Now we're on to video games, having about 50 credits, most of which coming from 2015 and 2016. As always, we got Azure Lane, Arknights, and Blue Archive. Then video game tie-ins to animes she's in, like Love Live, Danmachi, Monster Musume, and Idol Incidents. But also shows she's not in, like Prince of Stride, Endride, Shironeko Project, and Rage of Bahamut. She does not have any big AAA game roles, but she's in fairly popular games like Cookie Run Kingdom, Kirara Fantasy, Monster Strike, and the Guided Fate Paradox. Then there's like a whole bunch of random games I've never heard of, and they don't even have wiki pages. Lives would include not much, honestly, mostly the standard Love Live stuff, being at all 6 of Muse's lives and the Love Live Fest in 2020. Also being with them 4 times at Anisama from 2012 to 2015. No solo appearances there, unfortunately. Seems she hasn't been at Animax either. Also because she's not in very many idol series, no live performing ones at least, she hasn't had many opportunities to perform. Though she did have an Onsen Musume event last year. But she has also been featured on the Cros Sing Any Song Cover YouTube show, and has done some modeling for the LTA fashion company. Let's move on to the fun facts. She's 163 centimeters or 5'4". On the socials, she actually has a lot going on, being very active on everything. Being on Instagram, 2 different Twitters, one being more personal and one being more business. She very recently got herself a TikTok, and she has 2 YouTubes, one for her music and one for gaming, live streams, vlogs, and other fun stuff. She is very sweet and very fun. Definitely check out the Variety channel. Her talent is apparently calisthenics, which is like planking sideways on poles. And her hobbies include long walks, karaoke, and watching anime. Her favorite anime include Pokemon, Naruto, and Hamtaro. Shika's profile says that the songs she sings while in karaoke are Muse songs. Who would have guessed? Her favorite foods are chicken and erengi mushrooms, and she really likes alcohol. She apparently has a habit of buying 3 copies of the same volume of a manga if she finds it interesting. Like her character Haneo, she actually has really bad eyesight and wears contacts. Among the rest of the Muse girls, she seems the closest with Riho Ida. Their respective characters Haneo and Rin also seem to be best friends with each other. Kubo-san was part of the informational program Muse Public Relations Department Nikorin Pana alongside Ripi and Soromaru. And everyone's first impressions of her were that she's really quiet, doesn't like to talk to anyone, and likes to read. Also, her drawing skills are very scary. The reason she changed her name from Narahara to Kubo was due to the fact that the prior one contains a kanji that is very easily confused with a more common one, and this would result in her name being pronounced as Rika Kubota. Also, when it comes to her name, I've seen different sources say her real name is Narahara and others say it's Kubo, so I can't confirm which. All I can say is that her first name is Yurika. Well, as far as we know at least. When she is stressed by work, she takes walks to relieve it. So back in 2015, when she was switching to a new agency, she also announced that she would halt all activities on her weblog and Twitter. All reports of her new activities would only be on her official Facebook. It is speculated that the halt of Twitter activities was in response to an episode of online harassment following Muse's 5th Live, where fans fought over a pack of chocolate that she threw into the crowd as part of the concert. This is very displeasing to see, considering she has always been the one seiyuu reminding fans to have fun and stay safe at the start of every live performance. She has since made a new Twitter that she has been using since 2017. And finally, during the day of her high school entrance exam, she overslept and had to be picked up by her teacher. Nice. And with that, we have reached the ending. Not gonna lie, Ms. Kubo here was the last member of Muse that I started to follow. Took me a while, and I don't know why, but that's why I like doing these videos. I get to learn all about the girls I hardly knew anything about, and now I can call myself a fan. Thank you so much for watching. As always with these big resume ladies, I had to skip some stuff, so if I didn't mention a favorite of yours, go ahead and comment down below. Please join me in the next one about another Love Live Seiyu who is kind of also a foreigner. I look forward to seeing you there.